Hi friends, Marcy here with Creators Call Shop here on YouTube and Creators Call on Etsy. Today I am very pleased to be able to share with you these 3 journals that I have been working on for fall. If you'll recall in last week's video, I got started showing you the process, and I'm going to be continuing to show you that process in the following weeks. But I wanted to get these finished and in the shop while it's still fall. So today you'll get to see the flip through of the final journals. So before we get started, get yourself comfy, get yourself your favorite drink, your snack, and maybe snuggle up under a warm, cozy blankie. And we'll be right back after this to start going through these journals. All right, welcome back. So, which one shall we get started with first? I think we should start with the one that started the whole thing, and that is this one that I've titled Give Us This Day. And that's because this started as a single journal and then eventually morphed into 3 journals. So this is where we find ourselves today. I'm going to take a seat really quick so I can reach what I'm doing, and you guys yell at me if I'm not in frame, okay? Okay. All right, here we go. So on the cover, we have this beautiful heart-shaped doily. You saw me pick that up in a thrift haul a few weeks ago, and I was so delighted because it was a perfect thing for this cover. And then I've added this cute little Prima flower, and I stamped this title and put it inside one of these lovely metal frames. So as you open it up, I took the oval doily and made pockets on the inside. Here's my notes. And this has a tag. This is the "This book belongs to" tag, so you can write your name there and maybe a little note. This journal is a single signature. It has 56 pages. I think originally in one of my videos I had said it had 28. I forgot that when you fold them in half, that doubles the number of pages. So it's 56 pages. I've titled it Give Us This Day, and the theme is Thanksgiving. So I'm going to do kind of a quick flip through without a lot of explanation, because in the following weeks you're going to get more explanation in the videos. I've done stamping on some of the pages, flip out, and then had a lot of fun embellishing. This tag just flips open and you can write on the inside. And a couple things here, decorated library card, and then fold open, this is wallpaper. And then I have a few little things tucked under here. This actually, I saved it. I thought it was so cute. An attitude of gratitude makes a happy heart. And it was actually the business card from one of the shops I ordered from on Etsy a while back. So it's perfect for this journal, I thought. This flips out. I just love these images, the Bessie Peace Gutman children, they're adorable. I've got a few little things tucked into this pocket here, and this one is a card, which is blank on the inside. Journal card and a flash card under there. I will say, do be careful with this. I messed up and did not reinforce the back side. I should have done that, so unfortunately it is going, you're going to have to be a little handle it gingerly. A little gentle, but overall it should hold up. This is in last week's video, I believe it was the one where I talked about I didn't know what to do with this sack. And so it has made its way into this journal, and then I have a journal, a giant tag that I made to go inside. Now I should show you the back. I've just added little embellishments here and there. Lots of just little things that I pieced together. This was actually from a card that someone gave us, and I liked the image on the front, and so I cut it off and backed it on some paper. This is wrapping paper. I like the colors. There's a sticker. Now this is a little floppy. You could use it as a tuck, but I don't think it's really going to hold anything very well. And here we are at the center. Now in the the two journals that have a signature, I just tied this into a bow. I didn't do anything fancy. So if you are someone who likes to add beads or whatever, if you untie the bow, there's plenty of length on here to add beads or buttons or what have you to the end of the strings. This is just blank on both sides. There's a little fabric flip. There's a journal card and a piece of note paper. And this is a tuck spot just made out of scraps of fabric that I've sewn to some cardstock. I like this little book. I actually have some mini journals made from, I had two of the same book and I made mini journals out of them, and then a lot of these pages are what inspired this particular theme of this journal. This is a strip of wallpaper, and then I just tucked in here an Ideals magazine page. It's got pumpkin pie or pumpkin bread recipe on the other side. And this is a pocket. I have a couple of flashcards that say fall and thank. And you can even say thankful instead of thankful. In here, this just flips open, and this is wallpaper. And then I have a hem that I sewed two sides together and topped it with a lace topper. And then this is just a little embellishment from a kit. I don't remember what the line was now. I've had it for a while. And then this little paper clip says merci, which goes along with being thankful. This is a pocket. I've got a giant tag here. This is made from a children's book. It has a couple of prayers on it. And then also another hymn in there, but if I pull it out, I won't get it back in. So we'll just leave it there for now. I did trim it down so it would fit. It just doesn't slide very easily. And then on the back side, I also liked that there's another little grace here. This is a pocket, and I've got a journal card from a Dick and Jane book, and then a little handmade tag that I made. And just a couple of things in this belly band. I've stamped Happy Thanksgiving on a sheet of paper and a note paper and a giant flash card. A lot of these papers were either thrifted or ones that I've had in my stash for a long time. Recipe card, and then another little journaling card that I made out of one of the pages from those books. They're just little tiny gift books, and now I can't remember the exact title of it, but I have two little mini journals that are made from those books in my shop currently. I used my tape here and doodadded, embellished this page with the hymn, and then it opens up. This is a page from a Thomas Kincaid art book. Isn't that pretty? Dictionary page. And then, as promised, I made some shaker tags, one for each of these two journals that were made out of envelopes, you know, for the envelope cover. And this is my shaker pocket filler that I showed you in a previous video, and then on the back I did stamp here, and then I have a stamped image that I just included on the very back just so it wasn't plain. Okay, and then at the back we have another tag, and that is this journal. So that is called Give Us This Day. And it's going to take me a little bit because I am filming this late, so I'm not going to be able to photograph these and actually list them. You'll see this on Wednesday, so I'll be spending Wednesday doing that, and then they'll probably be in the shop by Thursday, and I apologize for that. It's just that with life at the moment, that's as far as I could get. So let's move on to journal number 2. Journal number 2, I'm just calling Autumn Leaves. It's not a fancy title, but this is the cover, and I believe it's my last video in this series, and I show you where I put this together. So we're gonna open it up, find my sticky note so I know what I'm talking about. Okay, Autumn Leaves. This is a one signature journal. It has 54 pages. And starting here, we have pockets on inside on the covers, and this is a journal tag I made. This is from a book. It's the book on trees I showed you in a recent haul, and then that this book belongs to. So there's your tag. Tell the world it's yours. And again, I have stamping on some of the pages and pockets and all kinds of embellishments. This is an antique, I think it's antique, 19. It doesn't have the date, but it's either 20s or 30s, so it's almost antique if it's not antique yet. But it's a postcard, very cute. And I put the flashcard says brown because leaves are brown. So the theme of this journal is leaves, and I've got lots of different things that have the leaf motif or trees. So it's kind of fun to put together. Here's the other shaker pocket or shaker card, and then of course you guys can, whoever the new owner is, you can journal on the back very nicely. I just used a coffee dyed index card there. Let's put that back that way. This is a big belly band, and I've got a pumpkin pie recipe here and a giant flashcard. This page is just plain. It didn't get anything on it, but I kind of like it. Fabric flip. And some more of these pages from the gratitude, little tiny gratitude books. This is just a plain journal card. That's it. That's all there is to it. It fits right in there. I kind of ran out of imagination, I'm afraid, by the time I got to that point. That's okay. That means you can do whatever you want with it, right? So this is made out of wrapping paper, and I just adhered it to typing paper on the back to strengthen it and give you writing space. And then here's a little journal card. It says my favorite fall activity, and you can write where, who, and the details. And then just a vintage plain card. I like it because of the color, and it just says fall to me. And along with the leaves, there is still a theme of thanks. Now we're here at the center of the journal, And I noticed this is starting to get a little tear. So I'm not going to try to fix that. I don't have anything that would actually look good, but I want whoever owns this, well, maybe I will try to fix it. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. But if I don't get a chance, you know, definitely new owner can come in and put some washi or something right there. That happened while I was sewing in the signature, unfortunately. This is a Precious Moments page. It just folds out. I kind of ignored the fact the other side was cute little Betsy Clark little girl. She was so cute. She also folds out. She's adorable. She's in here. Ah, she's right there. There she is. Isn't that cute? And then it folds out. I guess they're both Betsy Clark. Yeah. Bible verse. This is something I found in an album that I found at the thrift store, and they'd cut out all kinds of pictures and songs and different things and just put them in there. So I took it apart because I liked the cover on the album. I'll use it for something else later, but I just took out the pieces that I thought I could use, and this came in handy for this journal. In here, I have a couple of things. I've got another decorated library card, just a little memo sheet, and then recipe card over here. And this is a pocket made from last Thanksgiving, our little silverware packets that they handed out. We were with the Cohen-laws. It was very fun. I don't think we're going to be doing a lot with anybody this Thanksgiving other than my mom. She'll come over, and then it'll just be my husband and I, and then 2 of our kids will be here. The other 2 will be staying in Washington. This is a card, so I covered the front side, and this is coffee dyed paper, and I was experimenting with laying appliques and different things, lace, trying to get different images. So this is supposed to be a feather. Then I just stamped over it, and then on the back side I had covered it with fabric to make a pocket, and then I just folded up a piece of note paper and stamped on it for you, and then you've got some writing space. I forgot to start my timer. That was not smart. Okay, this page I glued a hymn to the back of a book page, gave it a fabric ruffle. And here I liked, it's the story of the town mouse and the country mouse, and the entire point of the story is about being grateful for what you have and being content. So I let it stand, and then I added washi tape up here. This on this page is a couple more pages from that book on being thankful, the gratitude book. However, I kind of made a booklet from it, but to straddle the page and to see it in the right order, this is the first part of this little blurb, and then this is the second part, but when you open it up, you're actually kind of reading backward. I suppose you could do it, you could fold it in like that, but I don't know. It just made sense to do it this way, so it's kind of backward from how you might normally do it, but then you wouldn't be reading the story in the right order. Decorated paper clip. There's a flashcard, a tall skinny one, and a few note pages with little owls and a tree, and then this opens up. I did not stamp inside that one. And then here I just have a little blurb out of one of the Ideals pages about autumn. And then this is a decorated envelope. I'm not going to take it out, but there's a little note page in there to write on. And this is some more of that page from the Ideals book, and it's so cute, this little girl playing in the leaves. And here I've got just a handmade journal card that I made with a pretty fall image on it, and then this is just some beautiful stationery. Not really fallish, but I liked it. It's very pretty. It's very delicate, and so I put it in here. I thought it was pretty. Let's see. Yeah, that's on the back of that. There we go. Getting to the end. This is a story about the thankful man. And so this flips out so you can finish reading it. And then this is a piece of vintage wallpaper. I thought maybe I'd make a pocket or something out of it, but I ended up putting it on the back of this page here, and I really like it because the colors all tie together. And then I just cut, this was cut from the cover of one of those books on being thankful. So I just cut it out and put it up here as a little title or quote. And then here's a giant tag. I Mod Podged a napkin on there. And then here's another one of these little tags I made. Almost at the end. And then here, this is a piece of vintage fabric. I'm not sure if it's feed sack fabric. I think it might be. Then I just made a little cluster for this. And then in here you have this holiday shopping list. It's got leaves on it. It's kind of like a journal card, but not really. It was from that same kit. This, and then you saw another one came from the same kit. And then I have this. This is a flash card. It's actually a phonics flash card. But he was raking the leaves, so I thought it was very appropriate to put in here. See if I can get everyone to fit how they're supposed to. There we go. And a pretty page from an Ideals magazine. And then this is just pretty. It doesn't, you can't tuck anything into it. And then on the last page, I have another journal card made with a picture from the Trees book. And then this is just a scrap from that same page where the little girl's playing with the leaves. And here you can see the leaves in the basket. So that is journal number 2, calling it Autumn Leaves. I have to say, I just really like how this cover turned out. I had wanted to use those appliques, and so I'm very pleased with how the whole thing turned out. Very nice. Okay, on to journal number 3. We're calling him Pumpkin Patches. So I made a tie to keep it shut. It ended up kind of a little fat in spite of my best intentions. So the tie helps with that. And here's my cover. I just pieced together the image of a pumpkin and then a couple of these felt appliques. And I like how that turned out as well. And then I just ran some scraps down the spine to carry on the patch theme. And then so this is the one you saw me start working on in last week's video. So now you get to see where we wound up. I believe it has 120 pages. It might have 1 or 2 more. And I divided it into 3 months, September, October, and November. And then I kind of treated those kind of like signatures. Scrap paper, some extra labels, and a bingo card. And then this is a little story that I just took all the pages from this story and spread them out throughout this journal. So, got my little fabric embellishment there. And I also stamped throughout this book where it needed it. And then I added little fabric embellishments as well. I like doing that. It just gives a page a little bit of character without having to do a lot. And then in this journal, I used a lot of scraps of the papers that I had cut down to be journal cards or what have you, just to fill the pockets. And then I think next week you get to see me make this, I believe. Here's your book belongs to tag. And then this is a paint chip, and it was Jack-o'-lantern is the color, so I thought that was perfect. Belly band, a large scrap, a large flash card, and then some notepad paper here. I liked it because it has the corn. Here's one of my fabric flips with the hidden pocket. and I put a little pocket on the front and put some tickets in there. And then on the back is the hidden pocket. Can you see that okay? I'm gonna move that, excuse me. And then I just glued some writing space underneath. Recipe page. As well as the single story that I put in here, I put a lot of other storybook pages, so you'll see those in here too. This is from a Brain Quest game and a playing card with a tractor, because the boys that are in this, I had found a book that had 3 little boys. Sorry, I found a book that had little boys, these 2 little boys, and they were going to the corn maze, and little brother's scared of the scarecrow. So I made pockets out of the pages, and that's kind of, I themed it really around these little guys, and lots of elements, but I figure they're at a farm, and so there's a tractor. There's some more of that story. I did reinforce a lot of pages with hole reinforcers. I would have taken some pages back out, but I really couldn't figure out which ones because it goes together very nicely. So index card, scrap that I've turned into a journal card, a tag made from scraps, and then I made just a little booklet from scrap papers as well. So you can keep lists or whatever. So that would be like the end of the first signature. Now we're into the October section. So you could use this for several years in a row, or use each section to document one year, fall for that year, or you can use it to document September for several years and October for other years and November, just however you want to do it. We have activities that happen in all of them, and so it could be kind of a running journal or album scrapbook. More scraps that I've turned into tags. Let's see. Oh, I thought that one opened. Sorry, it didn't. This is a page from an art book teaching you how to paint. I really like the picture here. More storybook page from a vintage children's reader. And then I've used all stamps with children or pumpkin patch kind of a idea. Another one of those tags that I made, a large tag. Throughout this book, I repeated several different stamps that kind of help carry the theme through, so it's kind of fun to look and see where those are. And then this is an envelope, and in here I put some scraps of fabric, a couple of scraps of paper, so you can add whatever you would like if you want to add some more to the journal. And then this is a Rita Donnelly flip. There's some more of that storybook. Ideals book pages. There's a journal card I made and a recipe. And then on this side, another journal card made from a coffee dyed index card with the scraps, and I stamped on it. And then this one does open. This is a Hermelinda tag. And then this, I just found, I was out thrifting and there was some scrapbook paper and it just had these random little journal cards and it happened to have a pumpkin one. So here you go. Some flashcards, another little tag from scraps. More scraps, another flashcard, and then this was a scrap from one of the pages I used in the book, and I still liked the image. I couldn't quite figure out what to do with it. I thought about making a tag, but I never got there. So he's clipped on here for now. There we go. I just glued some writing space to the back of this page to make it pretty and added some patches of scrapbook paper. Here's a pocket, and I've got some play money and a little tag and some scraps of paper, and added another one of those pumpkin appliques. This is from a children's writing book, manuscript book. Another vintage children's reader page, different children's reader. Here I made this tag out of a scrap, and one of the pages that I tore out didn't work. It got ripped, so I just used parts of that and made a tag. I thought that turned out really cute. It's a little bit different style than what I usually do. And a couple more scraps back there. Lots of writing space in this book. I try to always include lots of writing space, or if you wanted to use it as an album, as a photograph album, there's lots of space to put your pictures and document. 2 large scraps under this belly band. I made this belly band. It's a snippet roll. And then here I've just stamped on a coffee dyed index card. Stuck that under there. Yeah, this was fun. So I used a lot of scraps from this project, and then rickrack and different things and buttons. It turned out pretty cute, I think. That's the end of the October, the second signature, and into November, what I'm calling the third signature. I'm going to go a little faster. I only have 2 minutes left here. More goodies. There's a flash card and game from the Family Feud game, and writing space. And then here's another Hermelinda tag, a large one. This is made from a scrap. I love this picture, this book. This is so pretty. That's a children's book. More scraps and index cards. There's a journal card here. There's a tag, and then this cute little playing card that looks like a star. This is from a magazine, and I just liked that it had the squash, and so I just kept it folded so the squash was all in one piece. And I tried to add more things that were specific to Thanksgiving in the signature because it's November. More scraps, some writing paper, and another little tag. And then again, more scraps turned into journal cards and another Hermelinda tag. This one I did the way she did in her original video, which was actually sideways. I realized when I went back, I was watching some old videos, I realized I had been making these wrong. I was having them fold the wrong direction when they opened up. So it's a lot easier now that I'm doing them the right way. I love this. This is from a vintage children's activity book. And then a wallpaper piece, and I turn it into a pocket here. So it's got a scrap, some writing paper, and then a journal card made from coffee dyed index card. And this is actually the only music I put in the whole book, I think. So, don't know how that happened, but it did. Okay, this is a second fabric flip pocket, and this one has a little surprise. It's got a separate pocket. Oh, I forgot. I was going to put something in there. Oh. Well, it'll be a surprise when you get the journal, whoever the new person is. I'll get to be surprised by what I put in there. Now we're almost at the end. More scraps. This one's another Hermelinda tag. We're almost to the end. Scrap. Here's a cute little like an inventory tag kind of thing. and another tag made from scraps, and then an altered paper clip. I had one back at the beginning too that had a pumpkin on it. I forgot to point that out. And then this is my last page. Now, don't you feel fine? Oh, that's not what I wanted to point out. This is what I was, like the ending statement, fall has come at last. I like that. So that's kind of a fitting end to our fall themed journal. And then this is the scrap left from my snippet roll belly band. So I turned it into a tuck spot, and you've got a scrap here and a piece of note paper, and then this final page is cardstock, coffee dyed cardstock. So that, my friends, is pumpkin patches. So just to remind you, again, I will be working on Wednesday to get them photographed and listed, so they should be in the shop by Thursday. Our thought for the day is this poem that was in the Autumn Ideals magazine, and it says, "Who loved the autumn?" I realize we're in November already, so we've lost 2/3 of autumn, but we'll still enjoy the part that we have left. But these are autumn-themed journals, so it's still fitting. So the poem says, "They who love the autumn scuff with wayward feet where the yellowed windrows by ash and elm are laid, savoring the incense from fires along the street, pausing in the darkness to watch the embers fade. Windows dressed in scarlet, russet, golden brown, but bough and sheaf and pumpkin set for Halloween, bring the season's color to invest the town, pour in autumn's substance with something of her sheen. Place has no distinction, leaves against the curb, rain on bleaching stubble, avenues grown bare, all possess enchantment to charm and yet disturb. They who love the autumn find it everywhere." And that's a poem by Dana Neeland Akers. So let's soak up what we have left of autumn. But let's just enjoy what we have and enjoy our season and get the most that we can out of this time, even though there's so much that's uncertain right now. And then I thought I'd read, this is, it's called Memories of Childhood, with old-fashioned rhymes, poems, recipes, and songs. And I found this little rhyme. I thought it was cute about how to go about your daily activities. It says, 1, 2, whatever you do, start it well and carry it through. Try, try, never say die. Things will come right, you know, by and by. So do your best, finish what you start, and always try, and things will work out. And then this one right above it, 1 thing at a time, and that done well is a very good rule, as many can tell. It works well for me because generally speaking, I need to focus on 1 thing at a time. All right, friends, well, that is my video for today. I appreciate you watching and following along. If you like it, give it the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Oh my goodness, I forgot to read the names of my new subbies, and now I've lost my list. This is bad. Doggone it. I put that right here so I could read it, and then I shuffled things around. Dear. That was my first order of business today. I was going to say welcome to these folks. Now, I did read new subbies in a video that you'll be seeing in the next couple of weeks. So if you don't hear your name here and you've already subscribed, you were read, and you'll be read in an upcoming video. So I'd like to welcome Jenny June Moonwalker. That's a very fun name. I like that. Danielle Clifton, Diane Hinckley, Laura Herr, Amelie Nolette. I'm sorry, I'm sure, Amelie, I am saying your name incorrectly, and I apologize. I hope I didn't mess it up too badly. Candace Shira, Huang Di, Yellow Koi Studios, and that's it. And then I was recently talking with Laura Simpson. I don't know, it hasn't said if she's subscribed, but she left several comments, and I've enjoyed chatting with her on my videos, so welcome, Laura. Okay, so that concludes my demonstration for today. love saying that. That's so fun. Anyway, I appreciate everyone watching and joining in. And until next time, be inspired and do something creative today. I'll catch you in next week's video. Bye-bye.